Hello viewers, this is a new week on Time with your banker and financial advisor. New week, new beginning. We have today two representatives of Bank of Ghana. They are from the other financial institution supervision department. We are going to talk about Forex and foreign exchange. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers, and thanks for watching Time with your banker and financial advisor. As already indicated, today we have two reps from Bank of Ghana. They are from the other financial institution supervision department. Madam and Mr., can you introduce yourself to us?
Thank you, Madam Betty. My name is Konadu Torto. I head the Foreign Exchange Examination Office.
And my name is Emmanuel Kusi. I'm also with the Foreign Exchange Bureau's Examination Office of the Other Financial Institutions Supervision Department.
Madam, you mentioned that you are the head of the Forex, or is it the Foreign Exchange?
Foreign Exchange Examination Office.
What do you do at that office?
At that office, we regulate the licensed foreign exchange bureaus, and we get our mandate from the Foreign Exchange Act 723, which gives us, as bank, as a central bank, the authority to see to the transactions and everything that goes on in that space, the foreign transactional space.
Yeah, so you said your mandate is to supervise the license. So that means that there are unlicensed foreign exchange practitioners in the system.
Yes, please.
What do you have to add to it?
Yes, exactly as Madam has said. In fact, foreign exchange transactions are very important to every country's economy. And so it is well regulated everywhere. In Ghana, like you said, unfortunately, we are not there yet, in that there are some unauthorized or illegal operators in the country. And this is due to several factors. Okay, and as the discussions progresses, we will delve into them.
So why did Bank of Ghana or the central bank set up this DEX?
Okay, so in the 1980s, when Ghana decided to embark on the economic recovery program, they saw it wise that they liberalized the foreign exchange sector. Prior to that, we had the illegal players in the system, and they go ahead and exchange money. But when we introduced the scheme in 1988, we brought all of them under one umbrella, and that mandated them to follow certain rules and regulations. And it also made them place a mandatory deposit at the central bank that gave them the authority to transact in that business. Prior to that, it was the monopoly of the central bank and some few commercial banks to trade in that space. But with the introduction of the scheme, it made it possible for all others who are willing to comply with our regulations to come into the space to do that business.
Most people have this perception that Bank of Ghana only regulates banks and non-bank financials, but they don't know that Bank of Ghana also regulates or supervises the Forex Bureau. So what's the difference? Because now you are talking about you have licensed Forex Bureau operators that you supervise, and then there are unlicensed ones too in the system.
That's true.
What's the difference?
With the licensed institutions, you are mandated to first register at the Register of Company as a limited liability company, and then after registering, you apply to the central bank for the permit to operate as a Forex Bureau. We do a search on the money that you are even bringing into the system to trade. We look at the promoters of the business, and then we put down some conditions that must be met in terms of after we have run a test on their promoters to see that they are fit and proper. We go ahead and look at their premises where they intend to have this institution and the capital that they are bringing on board, whether it's clean money. Once it's clean and they have met all these conditions, we give them provisional approval, and then they go ahead and put their premises in order. And now with the operations of the Forex Bureau, we are supposed to issue receipts. So that will mean you have to acquire the software that you need. And as you do all that and we give you the final approval to have the operating license of the Bank of Ghana, we expect you to display that in your premises, plus a logo, an authorized logo from the association, indicating that you are an authorized bureau dealer. And any customer that enters the premises should see the operating license there, should see the commencement of business. The operating license comes with some expiry date. Previously, we were doing it for 1 year, but now every 2 years we do a renewal. So as a customer, when you enter the premises, what you have to look out for before you even enter the premises is the logo, the authorized logo. And then as you enter, you look out for the commencement of business and operating license. And once you have that, you are a little bit comfortable, you can go ahead, and their rates should be displayed within the premises. And as you transact, you have to see that notice saying that insist on your receipt, and you are supposed to provide a valid ID to support such transactions. The valid ID can be the voter's ID, it can be the driver's license, it can be the Ghana card, and you are good to go.
Your passport too.
Your passport can also do the trick.
Like you asked earlier on when Madam explained, so we have the licensed Forex bureaus that are well regulated and supervised by us, as well as the illegal, the unlicensed one. Maybe let me chip in a bit of a description of an illegal bureau entity. Now, and so that, I mean, basically the opposite of the license. And so they are not licensed, which means they are illegal or engaging in a criminal activity or in violation of Forex Bureau laws. Okay, that is the Foreign Exchange Act of 2006, Act 723. They are mostly not incorporated. Okay, and so they are not limited liability entities. Okay, now they do not pay tax, which is so much needed by the government for development, and nobody regulates or supervises them, so we don't know exactly what is happening with them, and so they don't report to Bank of Ghana, which is the regulator, for us to be able to get informed opinion on what is really going on within the Forex space for policy formulation and implementation purposes. And then more importantly, their activities are prone to a lot of financial crime risks. Okay, talk of counterfeits. Okay, talk of currency smuggling. Okay, illegal hoarding of foreign currencies, unhealthy speculations, especially during election years. And all these have negative impact on the performance of the cedi. At the moment, we are all concerned about the performance of the cedi, and a lot of it is caused by illegal forex operators. And so what it means is that they are accountable only to themselves, and anyone who transacts with them does so at his or her own risk. And in fact, you are also contributing to violation of the laws, as well as promoting this menace.
The clean money,
Yes.
I just want to know what a clean money is.
Okay, very good. We have something called money laundering. What it basically means is that within the economy, not everybody engages in legitimate business that sort of gives them income. But everybody, whether legitimate or illegitimate, wants his or her funds to appear as genuine so that it wouldn't be detected, so that law enforcement agents wouldn't go after them. Okay? And so the businesses that are not legitimate, okay, it could be drugs dealing, it could be trafficking, it could be counterfeiting, and so on and so forth. Any what we call predicate of activity or offense, any activity that is a criminal one, okay, that generates funds or money is an illegal money. And so what Madam was explaining is that before BOG would clear you, then you need to undergo what we call a fit and proper checks, okay, which includes background checks, criminal checks, understanding that who the true owners or the promoters are, and then establishing that indeed the funds are coming from legitimate source, because we don't want our financial system to be infiltrated by criminals.
So that means that it is very, very, very wrong for people not to be licensed, because it could be a channel through which these dirty monies can be passed.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. How do I get foreign currency if I need one?
If one needs foreign currency, like I said, there are rules and regulations. Now, one can go to what we call the authorized dealer banks. And these are basically the universal banks that we have in the country, or to a licensed foreign exchange bureau, what we call the Forex bureau. Okay, upon the provision of identification documents, and then establishing the purpose for the transaction. Okay, at the moment, there are what we call 8 convertible currencies, which means in Ghana, one can trade in 8 foreign currencies as per the laws at the moment. We know there are other currencies within the system, but these are not provided for under the current dispensation. Now, these 8 foreign currencies, quickly, they are the British pound, the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, the euro is there, the Japanese yen is there, the South African rand is there, of course, the Swiss franc is there, and last but not the least, the West African CFA, or popularly known as the CFA. So these are basically the 8 convertible currencies in Ghana at the moment. Now, we need to understand that the law mandates BOG, as Bank of Ghana, to revise these convertible currencies as and when the need arises. For instance, where there are compelling demand and supply factors that could be fueled by, let's say, increased volumes of international transactions and other economic activities, as we are experiencing now, that Ghana is trading more, for instance, with China and the other Asian countries. And so BOG has the power to revise or add some of these currencies that are not currently in the system.
If you need one, and you need it for a good cause, you can always walk into any Forex bureau. You can use your ID to support that transaction. They are supposed to do both purchases and sales, and their business is on the spot. You are not supposed to give monies to them to put in their safe and mop up foreign exchange for you. You are authorized to do on-the-spot business with foreign exchange bureaus. Other than that, you can walk to any authorized bank, and once you have your documentation to support the business that you are engaged in, they can serve you.
You spoke about on-the-spot. Well, can you elaborate a little bit on the spot?
Okay. On-the-spot business means that you can walk in, you went out and you had like $20 left in your wallet and you want to change it into Ghana cedis. When you walk into the bureau, you show your ID, and then they can exchange it with the exchange rate that is pertaining at that time, and you can get your money worth.
And so to add to Madam's point, so what it means is that bureaus are not supposed to agree on future transactions at the present time. And so you cannot go to a bureau today and then, let's say, make an agreement that I want to buy $1,000, okay, next week. And so let's agree on the price today. Okay. And so that is what...
so in short, the bureaus are not supposed to hedge.
Yes,
yes.
they are not.
All their transaction must be today.
Exactly.
At the moment.
At the moment. You see, sometimes something baffles my mind. We are in Ghana, yet people quote their products in foreign currency. How is Bank of Ghana's reaction to this?
Okay, Bank of Ghana currently is engaging on public education like the one we are having now. And we are saying that in the country, the sole currency that we have to trade in is the Ghana cedi and the Ghana peso. Right. And it is very unlawful for you to price or receipt or advertise in any other currency apart from the cedi. So the Foreign Exchange Act is very explicit on it at 723. So our viewers can go and read some more, but I'm saying that it is very illegal for us to price, advertise, or receipt in foreign currency. The only time you can do that is when you have obtained a dispensation from the central bank.
So offenders of such practices, is it punishable?
Yes. For even trading in foreign currency at the roadside, for us, for receipting without receipting or pricing our things in dollars, unknowingly, now that you are all informed, you know that is wrong. If you do that, the law spells it out clearly that you can be prosecuted. And that will mean that you go and face charges that will manage as giving you up to about 700 penalty units or an imprisonment for 4 years or both, depending on how our judges interpret the law at the time of.
You see, I think this education is good you are doing this, because you go to Forex Bureau operators, they just give you your monies, you walk out, no receipt, you don't even give an ID, show an ID, and then you transact your business and you go. So if these things are coming up, I think it's laudable. But what are the reasons for Bank of Ghana asking for these IDs before a transaction is done?
Very good. And so broadly, these requirements sit within our anti-money laundering and then even the terrorist financing laws. We have the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2020 as amended, which is Act 1044, Act 1044. And the Act basically seeks to protect the integrity of our financial system. Okay, and so in countries where Forex is bought and sold anyhow on the streets, okay, as unfortunately sometimes we experience here in Ghana, there is a lot of disadvantages. Okay, not only does it pose a threat to the Forex Bureau scheme, okay, through unhealthy competitions, and so the man on the street who is not licensed, whose business is not legal, who is not paying taxes, not regulated, and can engage in criminal activities, is competing with a licensed bureau, okay, that has paid a mandatory minimum deposit of what, 20,000 US dollars, okay, that reports to Bank of Ghana and subjects itself to routine supervision, okay, and then they are also supposed to provide returns to us, including their audited financial statements. And so the illegal Forex sector or ES poses significant risks to our financial system. Now, the Act, okay, the Anti-Money Laundering Act or the KYC requirement, like I said, so the integrity of the financial system is protected. It also helps protect the interests of the licensed bureaus. Okay, so the bureaus, we call know your customer. Okay, know your customer requirements. So the bureaus are supposed to know whom they are dealing with. Okay, have a good idea or have a good knowledge about which customer they are dealing with, because you wouldn't want to wake up one day and hear in the news that you sold foreign currency to a criminal. In this case, you would also be implicated. Okay, and so it helps the bureau operator to sort of protect him or herself in the light of the anti-money laundering rules and regulations. It also helps the customer himself, okay, to identify, gives you the chance to identify yourself as legitimate, as genuine, okay, and then in times of, let's say, disputes, for instance, you went to buy foreign currency of, let's say, $10,000, you leave the premises, you count again, and it's not up to the $10,000, okay, and then so what would you do? You'd want to go back and establish your claim, make your case or complaint. And where they are not able to satisfy you, the rules and regulations give you the opportunity even to report to Bank of Ghana through the Financial Stability Department or even our office. And so where you have not provided these ID documentations, what will be the basis for linking you to the transaction and therefore protecting you as is supposed to be? And so it helps the individual customer as well. Now, it has advantage for our national digitization and even financial inclusion agenda, okay, in that, so what it means is that going forward, we are likely to have a no ID, no financial transaction policy in the country. And so every financial transaction, including that of Forex, must be accompanied with identification. Okay, and this, in effect, is helping the government achieve their digitization agenda, and more people will be included within the financial system. And so the anti-money laundering requirements or the requirement for identification for forex transaction is very, very important, and we all have to brace ourselves for this new normal going forward.
Yeah, how do I lodge a complaint if I have issues with a licensed Forex bureau?
We are advising the general public to report such incidences to our Financial Stability Department. They can come in person, they can even call us on phone, and we can rate them on the numbers on the screen. And we will be prepared to do everything possible to make sure that this menace gets down. We are also collaborating with the financial, enforcement, the BNI and the police to raid off from the streets these illegal operators. But remember, you need to always transact your business with an ID. It is important that you do that so that bureaus can report to the central bank on transactions that have been made. And with that, we can make very prudent management decisions that will affect all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Konadu Torto and Mr. Emmanuel Kusi.
Thank you for helping us too.
Yeah, viewers, there are some key points we need to notice or pick in this conversation. They've talked about licensed and unlicensed Forex Bureau operators. If you transact business with a licensed Forex Bureau operator, it is to your own safety because you are assured that you have the right currency You will not be swindled with counterfeits. Counterfeit is something that is very, 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 very important in this matter. If you are not careful, you will trade, and at the end of the day, you leave the counters of these illegal Forex operators and lose all your monies. You might end up with counterfeits. So it is very prudent for us to transact our business with only licensed Forex bureau operators and licensed by Bank of Ghana. We must also look out for the logo, that they also belong to the association, so that at the end of the day, we will have a strong, stable financial economy. See you again next time on Time with your banker and financial advisor. I'm your banker, Betty Ayi.